everyone. We are back. I'm going to try to get these going at least once a month so we can talk about the promotions for the month and maybe more often if we can get into that. Life got a little bit crazy over the last year or so, and the calls were what went. So I'm excited to get back into these and touch base with all of you all over again and keep in contact. I love this. So I'm going to jump right in just because there is a lot to talk about for this month. So let me find my slides, share my screen. Zoom has moved everything. Obviously, I'm a little out of practice with this, but we are going to do this. Here we go. Share that. See if I can hop onto the starting slide and start it. And there we go. So October, I cannot believe it's October. This is crazy, but here we are. So jumping into October, the promotions this month, okay, are free with, and before I do all of this, let me say there are some changes coming to the LRP program. I think they're now trying to refer to it as the rewards program, which I love. Even at the end of the month, last month, you might have noticed that you can do an instant. If you already have an LRP template set up, you have a shopping cart set up that's going to process each month, you can also then go in and do a second order for like whatever you might have needed. I realized at the end of the month, I was completely out of mouthwash and I didn't necessarily want to mess with my shopping cart, my template that was already set up for October. So I did an instant reward and it doesn't save it. It's like setting up a second LRP, but I don't have to go back in and remember to delete it. So it processes and then it's gone, but I get the points for it and everything, rewards for it. Amazing. Same things will apply. If it's at least 100 PV, you get your free shipping on that. If it's before the 15th, obviously here with the LRP purchase, more changes coming in January. So watch for all of that info to come. I don't want to add that into this call, but just be prepared that there are other things still coming. This instant rewards option is already here. So just wanted you to be aware of what that is. So our free with 125 PV, so product value or point value, LRP purchase by the 15th is eucalyptus. And this is going to be the newer eucalyptus where they're blending the 4 different species of eucalyptus. That's what we have now. Instead of it being a single oil, it's that blend of 4. And we get the benefits of all 4. 10% off is going to be pink pepper. Love this little one. If you have not seen the behind the bottle or any of the co-impact sourcing on pink pepper, go watch it. In fact, if I find it, I'll grab a link to the YouTube and share it where I share the recording of this. Pink pepper, the people picking it, harvesting it, amazing stories and lives being changed by all of us buying pink pepper. It's calming and pleasantly spicy and fruity aroma, popular in perfumes. Grows on trees. It's actually closer related to the cashew family than it is peppercorn. So keep that in mind in case somebody is sensitive to cashew. New products, we'll touch briefly on these. I don't want to go in depth on these because I'd like to do a separate call recapping the new convention products, but I do want to touch on these and you'll see slides in here simply because you can now buy the kit this month, this kit. You cannot buy them individually yet. That starts in November. So this month you can do the kit as your LRP if you'd like. And then we have a 200 PV promotion. I love this. Y'all, I have been so excited about the fiber for so long and using it and taking it. And I feel like when they announced, like I've got my box right here, some MetaPower Advantage. When they announced the MetaPower program, I was a little bit bummed that they didn't include fiber in that, because if you're talking about regulating blood sugar levels and cardiometabolic health, your heart health, all the things, fiber. We don't get enough in our diet. Even if we're trying, if you start adding it up, we do not get enough. The American Institute for Cancer Research recommends 30 grams of fiber a day, and I'm counting and still struggling to hit that. So it's nice to have something like this. It's just a little supplement that you can add in, and it gives you, I want to say our fiber has 5 grams in it, I think. So anyway, so even with a fiber supplement and things like even Metamucil or Citrusel or any of those other options out there typically are right around 5 grams. So even using a supplement, you are going to have to be diligent in what you're eating and making sure you get enough fiber, but it is so beneficial for so many things. Okay. I'll get off my soapbox there for a sec. You also will get, so you'll get the fiber free and a 5 ml of the white grapefruit. It's a funny thing because way back when I first started with doTERRA, that's what we had was grapefruit. It was white grapefruit. And when they came out with the pink grapefruit, it was like, oh, wow, this smells so good, especially because it was something different. Now that we have the pink grapefruit all the time, it's funny when they release the white grapefruit, I'm like, oh, this smells so good. Just a little different, just something fresh. And then of course, LTO, this releases drops today. It's not part of the holiday stuff, but you might have seen it in my holiday video from convention of like the holiday section. It's the Hygge oil and the stone colored bubble diffuser. So that's why it's called stone. It's the stone color. All right, next slide. Going in. VMG, we're just going to touch on these. This is what it can. So it's not going to replace LLV, just so everybody knows. This can replace taking 8 of the pills a day, especially for people who don't like taking pills. I'm incorporating VMG alongside Lifelong Vitality. There are still some benefits to Lifelong Vitality that they couldn't incorporate into the newer products. So I want the best of both worlds. So that's what I'm doing. But this is so nice for any of you who do not like taking pills or struggle taking pills. This is your new friend. You mix it up in 5 to 8 ounces of water and drink it. It's got the best of all the best parts of alpha CRS and VMZ. It's got some greens. It's a clean formula. It tastes pleasant. By the way, the greens are going away. So there are super greens in here. Yeah, there you go. It says all the 3-in-1 formula combining the benefits of alpha CRS, Microplex VMZ, the vegan form, and doTERRA greens. Yeah, the greens are going away. So if you were a fan of the greens, they have about a month supply left, and then that's phasing out. So buy up what you want for now. Otherwise, know that you're going to get some greens in this. I don't know what the ratio is. I don't know any of that yet, but if we go to post-convention, maybe we can find those answers or email product support. E-Omega, again, this is the newer version. So if you want to just do the VMG, the greens, and E-Omega, there you go. You're done for the day. You take 3 of these. Perfect. Some people have noted that these are bigger. They're bigger than the Z-Omega. These don't have some of the other things. They wanted to increase the amount of DHA and EPA in these and actual fish oil in these pills. So that's where they heavily focus their intentions. And so you take 3 of these larger soft gels. Some people are chewing them to swallow them. That freaks me out, but they said they taste pleasant. This is full of fish oil that is not fishy, from Nordic Seas. It's clean, and a bunch of wild orange. So this is going to be super beneficial for mood and hormonal regulation. We need these essential fatty acids. We're not getting enough. The US is very low on the list of getting enough. Most countries are actually low. I think people have gone away from eating so much fish, and we need it. We need these essential fatty acids and oils for our health and our hormones. Coastal Escape, this is LTO. I think this one is still in the kit, right? I'm actually confused on this one. We'll have to check on that. But they came out with this Escape set. So Coastal Escape is more beachy. We also have Northern Escape, remember? So I feel like these will kind of add on to that. If you look at this picture, you'll know the new caps. They're rolling these out over the course of the next year. You'll see all of your oils convert to these. They're working on a patent, I guess, for these lids. I think they're supposed to be more beneficial at keeping the oil from escaping. If you've ever noticed your oils that have been sitting there for a long time, and all of a sudden it's like half empty and you're like, where did it go? They escape the bottles. They're hard to contain. They're volatile compounds. Amazon Escape, very fresh and trying to think of the right word for this one. But anyway, there you go. You can see what's in there. A little bit of vanilla smell because of that tonka bean in it. So this one's Amazon Escape. These don't come in a set. In the convention kit, at in-person convention kit, they did. My understanding is they'll come, I believe, in the post-convention kit, but then after that, they'll be sold individually if they're left. The Vineyard Escape. So there you go. This one's a little more woody. You see that guaiac wood in there, some black pepper, a little bit deeper. But the fun thing about these blends when they do this is they'll incorporate oils that we can't get any other way. So if there's an oil that you're like, oh, I've been trying to get my hands on some pimento berry. Well, use Vineyard Escape, right? So there you go. Frankincense complex. I think of this as the frankincense duo cap. This has resin and oil in it. So similar to the turmeric duo caps, you're getting the best of both worlds. I am thrilled about this and excited for any more that might be coming, but this is exciting. The only other place we had frankincense resin previous to this that I can remember is in the deep blue polyphenols. And so when my boys are sore or when I'm sore, that's what we would take, trying to get, well, all of the benefits of it, but then really that frankincense in there. And now I'm excited to then take one of these with one of the deep blue polyphenols or two. Anyway, love this. This one's exciting. Frankincense stick. Okay, I was obsessed with rollers, but my new best friend are all the sticks. Serenity stick, deep blue stick, frankincense stick. Some of you may know I'm still dealing with some issues from a car accident I was in. My wrist, my hand are still pretty messed up. It's been over a year. This is pretty much where I'm going to be. Just got to work on building strength back up from it being immobilized for so long. And this has been my best friend. It's on my nightstand right now. I rub it on there. The nice thing about it is I have been using the deep blue stick, but it's nice sometimes to not have the deep blue right on my hand, depending on what's going on and where I'm going. I may not want that there, especially if I rub my eye or something. So I love this frankincense stick. It's got Niowood in there. In the in-person convention kit, we got a small oil of Niowood. I don't know that that comes in the post-convention kit. If it does, super exciting. If not, okay, great. Plug for next year. Go to convention next year. Next year, I might have missed the deadline. It is going to be smaller. The Delta Center is under construction. So if you want to go to convention, as soon as tickets open up, buy your tickets. But you get special perks like that, where we got the Niowood in our convention kit in person, and a couple other things. So we'll see. If it comes in the post-convention kit, it's amazing for skin. So you can use this frankincense stick on your face too. A lot of people are doing that or pairing it with their Serenity sticks. Okay, here we go. Our free product of the month. So this is going to be for anybody on the rewards order this month, purchasing by the 15th, free eucalyptus. This is an amazing one as we go into the cooler temps and respiratory issues become a thing. Diffusing this is amazing. So put it in your diffuser, whatever diffuser you have, whether it's a passive diffuser, whether it's the bubble might be my favorite right now. It's so convenient to move it around. If you have animals, don't ever trap them in a room with a diffuser, but the bubble diffuser and the mist diffuser might be a bit much for animals. So people say use those in rooms where the animals are not, or use a water-based diffuser. Just the intensity of the oil as it comes out before it disperses throughout the room can be a lot for animals. So that's my tip there, since I'm recommending you use the bubble. Ways to use the eucalyptus. Most everything is for clear airways. You can combine it with lemon and peppermint. You can wipe down surfaces. You can apply it over the bridge or under your nose there to clear airways for a clean and healthy scalp. So you could add that in the shower with your shampoo or anything, rub it on your chest. If it's too intense for you, just layer it with some of the unscented lotion or coconut oil. Diffuser blends there. I won't stay here too long. You can pause this on the recording and watch that. Roller recipes. Huge fan of roller recipes. I love when things are ready to go. You can also just put eucalyptus in an empty roller and fill it up the rest of the way with coconut oil, and you've got your own eucalyptus touch. We don't have to wait for doTERRA to come out with them. A soothing salve. A salve for everything. So helpful. So there you go. There's a recipe there. You can sub what you want for those. The fiber. This is for the promotion. So if you spend 200 PV on your LRP by the 15th, you're going to get the eucalyptus, you're going to get the fiber. Helps maintain a healthy microbiome. It promotes healthy digestive function. All things people need. Supports cardiovascular health, may support the immune system. The immune system is our gut, so it definitely should. May support metabolic processes. I found I like to take my fiber right before I eat my largest meal of the day. That way I know I'm getting my fiber in and I'm not having to like get it in at the end after I've eaten a bunch. There you go. May support weight management goals. So you just mix it with 10 ounces of water, shake it up and drink it. the pronounced flavors in it are really, I feel like the apple, that's kind of what I taste there, and a little bit of lemon. But get it free, especially if you've never purchased it before, get it free. The white grapefruit is going to be free with your 200 PV order in October. So if you buy the post-convention kit, I think the PV on that is right around 200. If not, top it off. And then do it by the 15th, and you get all of this stuff free added on. The fiber, the white grapefruit, you're getting, your hands on the VMG. I need to get more VMG. I have too many of us in the house using it. And it's nice because it's just a little bit. And then I'm getting all the other things in there that I won't be able to get elsewhere. But this grapefruit, anywhere you use grapefruit, in your water, whatever you're doing, cleaning, all these benefits here. I also like to put it in my sugar scrub that I use on my skin. I like a grapefruit peppermint blend. It just kind of wakes me up and is fresh. I love it. And where it's diffused, where it's somewhat diluted in my entire container of sugar scrub, exfoliating scrub, it doesn't really make me like sun sensitive, photosensitive, but also we're going into cooler months, so we're not out in the sun as much. So it's a good time to be using some of these citrus oils, even topically. So there you go. Diffuse it with Douglas fir. Holy cow, so good. Also good on the skin. 10 reasons to use your fiber that has the lemon essential oil there. I'm not going to read this all to you. I just wanted to let you see that. Oh, 6 grams. There we go. It's 6 grams of fiber per serving. So it's a little bit more. And they're saying the recommended amount is 25. Most adults eat 10 to 15. So we're all very low on fiber. I'm telling you, if you start adding it up, it's very low. Also, fun tip, if you don't love the fiber in the water by itself because you just don't love the flavor, I have found it tastes a little bit better if I put it in apple juice, or if I add half water, half apple juice, and then shake it up in there. It just kind of brings out the pronounced apple flavor, but I am also a huge apple fan. More ways to use white grapefruit. Some diffuser blends there. Again, I'm just going to stay here for a second so that you can just pause this when you watch and get those. Roller recipes, also always fun to get. I love having a recipe. I really do. As a fabric softener, put it in vinegar with some lime and lemon. You can add it to the rinse aid cup. 10% off this month is that pink pepper. Ways to use it. It's like it said, it's a little bit warming, a little bit spicy. So there you go. In a massage is super helpful with coconut oil. It can calm and soothe the nervous system when taken internally. So pay attention to those things. If you're trying to use it for something specific and it says internally or topically or may promote healthy cellular immune function and response when ingested, these are things that have been tested. And this is where they're finding the better results using it that way. So utilize it that way. If you are not able to ingest it or you don't want to, then use it topically or diffuse it. But just know that some of these things are more effective when used exactly the way the experts are saying. Okay, it takes approximately a pound of pink pepper berries, also known as peppercorns, to produce 5 milliliters of pink pepper essential oil, a pound. So it's very concentrated. So remember that. Ways to use it. I won't stay here forever, but I have seen number 4 there, different recipes incorporating frankincense and pink pepper into a massage. What else is in there? I want to say grapefruit. I think it's grapefruit is the 3rd one in that blend that people will use as a massage to promote breast health. So keeping you healthy there. As it's October, that's probably why they did this oil. Kind of a more emphasis on breast cancer awareness and support of healing and trying to prevent. Diffuser blends there. This one, I love the diffuser blend recipes. They're just helpful for me because I'm not really good at figuring out what to combine it with. And I know I don't want to diffuse it all by itself. So I love this. Roller recipes. Trying to see if there it is on the bottom. Pink pepper, frankincense, and grapefruit to support. Sugar scrub. Ooh, I'll bet that's good. Oh, and this one's with coffee grounds. So doing granulated sugar, coconut oil. Here's my tip. If you make sugar scrubs, this is my favorite. I like to whip it up in my KitchenAid with the solid coconut oil. I let it melt a little bit, warm it wherever I need to, and whip it up. And sometimes I'll incorporate some fractionated coconut oil and some solid. That way, then in the shower, it's not dripping everywhere. It's on my hands and it only melts once I get it on my skin. I love it. So, and it just looks so pretty to be all whipped up. So if you're making gifts, that's a fun one to do also. And it kind of holds it stable, kind of, even if you add the fractionated coconut oil to it, it'll kind of keep it from running all over if you're trying to take it somewhere and deliver it, and then it's not liquidy all over. So anyway, there you go. Add some coffee grounds to that. Some pink pepper and grapefruit. I'm going to try that one. I'll bet that one's really good. Limited time offer. Here's our Hygge with the bubble diffuser. Can I just say they didn't have bubble diffusers at convention this year? I looked. Anytime there are bubble diffusers, they sell out. This is so handy. You can use it anywhere. You charge it up. I'm looking around my house. I have them all over. I have some downstairs. It's amazing for a room because you can have it on motion sense, or it is motion sense. You can have it in a room that's not used very much, and then it's not going to use up all of your oil when nobody's in there. It's going to only disperse or diffuse when somebody is in there, when it senses motion. So it's a great one if you want like a guest bathroom. I saw people say that, or a guest bedroom. I have it one in my room, one in my office downstairs. I've seen them in my bathroom. They're so great. So you can leave it plugged in if you want to, but if you don't want that cord there, charge it at night or in the morning or whenever you like to charge it, and then set it out. And it doesn't need that all day. You could have a charging station where you charge them all and then put them back out. I know somebody's using them in a salon and they charge them up and then they put them all over, and they don't have to worry about a cord and it being plugged in near an outlet or anything. The Hygge is the cozy blend. I forget where it comes from. Norway, Finland. The word Hygge comes from somewhere. I forget now. I'm looking through here rapidly to see if it says. Room sprays are also a big one. So if you want to give gifts and you don't want to hand out full bottles of oil, especially because people might not know how to use it, look at that. Blend with some distilled water and a touch of witch hazel for a DIY room spray. Room sprays, people love room sprays, absolutely love them. So they're a great gift, especially as we go into birthdays, holidays, even just like a hostess gift. If you're going somewhere for like Thanksgiving or for dinner or whatever, it's such a great thing to bring. Bubble diffuser, here you go, works with 5 ml and 15 ml bottles. If you've never noticed before, they actually have the exact same neck and lid, so both fit in there. And if you have an empty one, you can make a blend of whatever you want and then tip it over and put it in there. Sometimes I do some of the pumpkin spice blends for now, or the harvest. Did they not release harvest spice? Maybe that's coming later. I just realized that I didn't see it on the things being released. October. The doTERRA bubble is a small diffuser activated by movement, designed to hibernate until it detects the presence of movement. They say it way better than I can. The powerful mini works without water and in 2 spray modes, normal and high. So there you go. Depending on what I'm diffusing, I'll switch it back and forth, normal or high. Also, if you notice, because it doesn't have water in it, sometimes the oils, especially certain oils like frankincense, right, where it's a resin oil, or myrrh or something, some of those oils can tend to build up right around where it diffuses out. I found if I take a Q-tip, dipped in a little bit of alcohol or vinegar, I can just wipe that out. If you notice it's just not diffusing quite as well as it was before, just wipe that out. It's probably just gotten a little gummed up or clogged, and then it starts diffusing beautifully. So there you go. Works for up to 12 hours, has an indicator light that flashes when it's time to recharge. There you go. Limited time. This will only last until it's sold out, and it will sell out, because even if people don't love the Hygge blend, if maybe they're not buying it for that, they are buying it to get the diffuser, and they will just have the oil too. It's a great diffuser. It's going to sell out. I'm telling you right now. So if you want one, don't wait on this one. 10 ways to use your Hygge. Dryer balls, room spray, reduces feelings of anxiety. It just really is that cozy blend. That's why they release it around this time of year. Also, in case I didn't mention that, the Hygge is LTO. We don't have that one year round. Some diffuser blends using Hygge. Pause there if you need to. Some DIY recipes. You can make a roller, sugar scrub, potpourri, room spray. We talked about that. Here's what's in the blend. It kind of gives you an idea of what it can do for you. You see some oils there that we don't typically get. Cistus is, I have one fly in my house, and it's making me crazy. Sorry, I'm like swatting at it. That cistus oil, which is from the ancient oils or the Bible oil, some tonka bean, which has, tonka bean is more of like a vanilla smell. In fact, sometimes vanilla, instead of actually being vanilla, is tonka bean, which is actually not as safe to use internally, but the smell is that cozy, warm smell, creamy smell of like vanilla. And then they've also added vanilla here. So great option there in tiny amounts. It's great. You've got like, but look at that, some frankincense, myrrh, and cistus. Those are all biblical oils. And then you've got the amyris, which we don't have access to either. So some great oils in this blend. And that is it. Okay, that was a bit longer than I had planned on, just because there was so much to talk about with the post-convention kit coming out. Hopefully you all appreciated that and have a wonderful week. I will keep you posted on when we are going to do a post-convention recap type thing. I think we might do one just on the products, and then maybe another, well, I don't know, maybe we should do it all in one and people can just fast forward what they don't want to see. Give me feedback if you want to on what you prefer. I just feel like there are some things that I would typically say are business items, like the changes to the rewards program, but also those apply to people who are just customers, because they're starting VIP. If you are at 30% in points back, if you're at that point on the scale, then you get VIP rewards. And I'm excited to hear more about that. So anyway, I guess we'll do it all in one. But locally, they have just a limited amount of post-convention, like fall tour events that they're doing. If you're in an area that's not getting one and you want me to come out there and bring some of all the new stuff, and we can do a smaller scale event with people, I'd love to do that. Just keep me posted. Let me know, and we can schedule that. There are a couple places I typically go, I try to go to, and I'm excited to do that and plan those events. But then I'm excited to go some other places, and it doesn't have to be just fall. If you wanted to do it in January or something, just to really introduce these newer products, then we can do that. Okay, thank you for joining us either live or on the recording, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, bye everyone.